Welcome to the celebration of great managers for the year 2022 and for the conferring of the Hall of Fame Award for Leadership Excellence for a CEO the governors have identified. This year and the last year has been very challenging for many companies in Sri Lanka and around the world because the overlapping years were identified as the great year of attrition or the great year of resignations. Some of the nominees we have found at the time of their shortlisted governors interview have either migrated or moved from one company to another. So some organizations have informed us to drop them off. Whereas great managers are nurtured when great leaders are around. If at the top you are not walking the talk, it is very unlikely that you are going to create a culture to nurture great managers in your organizations. So we see a lot of people at the middle order or the front end getting changed or getting fired for non-performance. We never ever try to shake the upstairs. What if we clean our stairways at our homes and offices only from downstairs going upwards? We should start the cleanup sometimes at the upstairs. We are seeing that happening at national level, at governments, and in many private and public sector organizations. What drives the organization today is not the culture or your product strategy. We are celebrating, and we have seen many of the organizations here have been celebrated for their performances, for their achievements, and their export records or their track record in their business domain. Very few want to shed a light on their great managers who have helped you to perform. So when we launched 6 years ago, along with our coaching endeavors, when we reached the large corporates saying that there is a program to identify your companies with great managers, many said we have won enough accolades. We don't want to put a spotlight on our key managers, otherwise our competition will know who they are and they will be taken, they'll be headhunted. But our statistics show up to now only 3 people during the 7 years have moved on to their competitors who won the great managers. And we also see a great number of women leaders nominated, and they are emerging in their ability to drive results, creativity, innovation, coaching others than the men that they nominated in their organizations. I'm sure in our speeches that are to come, you will see how women leadership is shaping nations and organizations. When it comes to the culture of the company, we sometimes blame the staff or the middle management. A culture of the company's accountability goes to the top man, either the MD or the CEO. We have seen great cultures built by great CEOs have been destroyed by the successive CEO overnight. Why? Because too much of focus on task orientation, too much of focus on top line, bottom line achievements. And as a result, you have emerged as the number 1 CEO or the top line, bottom line performing companies at the cost of your key talent. And you have lost your key talent. We never ever realized. And HR gets sandwiched in the process saying we are a great employer brand, we are a great business brand, and HR keeps recruiting, irrespective of the damage they have caused by losing your key talent. So the culture becomes the DNA of the company. It's not your strategy. You may go to a strategy consultant from the global sphere, hiring them, but what drives your culture in your organization is your people. And people led by a people-oriented man. And last year was very phenomenal for us as we moved into North America and set foot there in promoting this model as well as the leadership coaching endeavors. One great company today who has been felicitated here before for a Hall of Fame award for that CEO, and his group of companies had nominations of about 25-30 people, and they were shortlisted, and they were calling our team early, 3 months earlier than this date, and asking about a particular individual, whether this person has made it to the great managers list. So when we looked at the results, he has well made it. And they said, this person is leaving us. The CEO and the team said, our great is a marketing head, he's leaving us. Is there any possibility for you to give this award early? What a company it is. Knowing that your talent is going, they still wanted to appreciate that person's service and felicitate and send off, which we did. Issued the certificate. Then this person moved off, then changed his mind after 2-3 months. I'm sure the team will endorse it, and he returned back to the same company. And today he is here in front of all of you receiving that award once again. And I would like to name this company HNB Group, HNB Assurance and HNB Life. Can we give them a round of applause for that culture? And yet some other companies, the moment somebody is exiting you, they poison. You are envying them. They say drop them from the awards list. Because the award is earned for what you performed earlier. The award is earned for your leadership capabilities and managerial excellence that you have proved earlier. So yet some companies decide not to give away that award and inform our team, drop this person from the award. So is it a leadership problem or a culture problem that is ruining that image or bringing a reputational damage? I'll leave it to you. And this year, like every year, all the companies nominated their managers. They were shortlisted and taken through a program of evaluations and the governors' interviews. And out of our 22 governors, few of us are here, and we have Navneet from Canada and who keeps traveling all over. First time a foreign governor is seeing the people after interviewing, winning the awards. And it's amazing to note that kind of an experience. And what is amazing this year is, again, we are conferring a Hall of Fame award. A Hall of Fame award for not building products, not building competitive services, but building a culture. And some companies are walking away for a great culture that they have demonstrated for nurturing managers. And in those companies, their managers are given room to challenge the top leaders. And some of the managers who are winning today were citing cases, situations where they challenged their bosses. So great managers are people who pull a fight with your boss for a much bigger cause and emerge successfully. And these were recorded in the governor's interview and proceeding conversations. And we can see the model. This is very much similar to a KPI or something that you measure every year. These days, HR folks must be busy doing their performance management. What do we measure? We measure a KPI of about 80% weight to how much you delivered. Did you achieve the target? Did you achieve results? So that domain is well taken care here. And in addition to that, we are checking to to what extent you are aligned to drive the organization's goals. There are people in HR, finance, legal, IT. Sometimes they are not bringing in revenue. They are spending what the business is bringing in. So they are again evaluated here. And there is a critical score whether your managers are coaching their deputies. Unfortunately, our index is very low. Our great performing managers index of coaching their deputies very less in Sri Lanka. But they are great performers. They have won accolades and performance recognitions for their own performance. But when we check with their deputies, is your boss coaching and developing you? Sometimes only you are nurturing your own deputies there. So the gaps are wider. After the awards, we give every company a comprehensive report benchmarking the best practices of every company and what do they do internally to nurture great managers. And a report of this caliber given, where do your managers stack up against industry peers? Many companies don't want to win the awards. They want to check what is the quality of our managers as compared to industry's best. And those who are walking out today, the great managers, have something, a surprise to them along with our governors. They are invited to this stage to collect their plaques along with their spouses. Behind every man and a woman, there is a family. And this is the only awards in this part of the world which is embracing the madam or the man to come on stage when you are winning. Going further, the Hall of Fame. Today we are conferring this to a CEO, not just for performing or turning around a company. And we also have a previous recipient of the Hall of Fame here today. We are looking at not your top line or the bottom line. We are looking at during your tenure, did you demonstrate diversity? Did you demonstrate equity and inclusiveness? And close to about 143 CEOs are monitored. The moment you apply the diversity, equity and inclusion, the list drops down to about 6 people only. Because every other CEO, every other managing director want to perform. Aggressiveness, task orientation, increase the share price. So in the process, you have lost the humbleness, the caring of your people. So in this scan, it was very strictly monitored, and we checked during your tenure, did you create room for people to grow to your seat? Now the tendency is such, I will not allow anyone to come to my seat if my roadmap is not clear. So it's in the hands of HR to make people's roadmap clear so that people at the top nurture more great managers. So with that Hall of Fame award, we will see the recipient. There is a testimonial video also done. And we wish all the folks here today who's going to walk away with the Great Managers, coveted Great Manager Awards, and you will be then joining the Great Managers alumni. So I wish you all the best and congratulations, and enjoy and celebrate this great evening.